Hello and welcome back to the X-Files Revisited. We are moving on with Season 7, now up to Episode 12, X-Cops. Ryan, I know you've been eager to get here. Tell us a little bit about the legacy of X-Cops.
Yeah, so this is highly regarded. I think it's become more highly regarded over time. Just 2 days ago in my feed, when I bring my internet on and I look at the stories, this episode came up. A story about this episode came up. Somebody had done an article on how this is actually secretly one of the best TV crossovers ever made and all that, and it's just like it was just so it's interesting to see that there is a legacy there, that it is still remembered, and that people even today are still writing articles about this episode. So this came out in, I think it would have been 99. Season 7 I think was 99. I would have to work back because season 9 was 2001, which means season 8 was 2000, which means this was 99. So this is the same year as Blair Witch Project. So obviously found footage kind of really started with Blair Witch Project. I know there were movies. I know there was the last broadcast. Before people comment in the comments section, but the film that really kind of put it into the mainstream, where all of a sudden we had a litany of found footage movies, was the Blair Witch Project.
I don't know if this is really like found footage. It feels as if it's more docudrama, reality TV, those kind of things.
It is, but that all comes under the same umbrella, doesn't it? I think the notion that you've got, it's as if it's real. It's as if somebody's just picked up a camera and they're shooting everything. And I think it comes under that umbrella of found footage movies, I would say. But definitely the fact that it was released the same year as Blair Witch Project did show that there was this kind of, there was a steering in the film world into the direction of, hey, we can do things like mockumentary. We can do things like it's just on the fly, and it saves you all the usual kind of setups. That you can be a bit more freewheeling with it. Although I would hazard a guess that a lot of this took some major setting in order to get things where they needed to be at the time that they needed them to be there. So, but it certainly looks like it was just
so much effort to make it look as if it was shot in the fly.
That's the crazy thing about it. It's just like it probably took more effort than it would a regular episode, because they've got to make it look like a
logistical nightmare, I would imagine.
I bet. So yeah, given those facts, given the what I've just told you about its legacy, so to speak, 22 episodes of season 7. Where do you think IMDb ranks this particular episode amongst those 22?
2. Oh, yeah, 2.
Ooh, aimed just a little bit too high. It's 3.
Ooh, 3.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 3. So there are apparently 2 episodes better than this in this season.
Okay.
But yeah, so this is number 3 of.
Have we encountered any of those episodes?
I don't want to say. It's just you'll be keeping that in the back of the mind for the next ones. But yeah, so this is number 3 of season 7. But where do you think it ranks overall in the 217 episodes?
See, I'm really struggling with this season because I feel like it's regarded as not a great season, and a lot of the episodes have been quite high up. But I feel like you said this is a fan favorite. It's loved, and I don't know if I'm going to go too high or not high enough. I think I'll go 45.
Okay, switch those numbers over. 54.
54.
Yeah.
That's absolutely what I meant.
Yeah. You just a bit of wiring in the brain, just didn't quite go blind. Yeah. All right. Yeah. No. So 54 out of 217. So top quarter. Which is I think generally if you're in the top quarter, you're talking X-Files classic there. But But let's see if that is indeed the case. Ex-cops, viewer discretion is advised. I love how we open with a viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah.
It's just like, when you're watching this for the first time back in the day, like, what the hell is this? This isn't my X-Files. It's like you'd be forgiven for thinking you've put the wrong channel on. It's just watching the wrong show. But yeah, so we get like a cops, your typical cops kind of intro in which they show you all the highlights of car crashes. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? It's just it's so 90s. It couldn't be any more 90s. And then you see like flashes of Mulder and Scully amongst the footage. So you're like, what? This isn't Cops. This is X-Files. No, this is Cops meets X-Files. What the hell is going on here? So we get past the intro and we're following this deputy sheriff who's driving, and he's talking about how a full moon brings out all the weirdos. And he's called to a disturbance. And when he gets there, he knocks on the door, and this woman won't kind of let him in. She's hysterical. And she just kind of shuts the door, but the cop sees something, so he goes to check around the back of the house, and they run back to the car because like moments later, like the camera guy kind of loses the cop, and then moments later the cop comes out of the darkness. He's like, run! So they leg it to the car, they get in the car, and then something smashes into the car. It's very Cloverfield-esque. It's like just something is out there and it's ripping the car to shreds, and then it flips the car with them inside. And when we were talking about the logistical nightmare of making something that looks like it's shot on the fly, but is actually, in this scene, you've got a car being flipped with people inside it, and they've had to make it look like it was done on the fly. So right there, you're instantly like, whoa.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I really like the opening because, like you kind of, it's quirky because you know what Cops is and you know we're leading into that. But if you look at it within the context of actual X-Files, there's witnesses, there are many people here, it's a busy street by the looks of it, it's a suburban area, it's not in the middle of nowhere, and something drastic has happened because you see the car is tossed about like a toy, and you have all these things, and it feels like it's weird, it's X-Files, but it's also not lacking any kind of people who've seen it or know what's going on. It feels public, which makes me kind of interested in what the hell's going on because it is so kind of public and in the face.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's shot in such a way that, like, it could be argued that a gang of like 20 gangbangers did just suddenly descend upon the car, trash it, and flip it. You could look at that footage, and in a court of law, you could argue that's what happened. But obviously, as you're watching it, you're like, no, that can't be what went on. But yeah, I think it's a great opening. I think it's both funny because we have this, the Cops style intro with all the random clips with Mulder and Scully just randomly inserted, and the Bad Boys theme like playing over the top. And then we go to this straight-laced kind of deputy sheriff, and then all hell breaks loose, and it's like, okay, they've pulled the stops out to make this look like, Yeah,
and it should be said, this episode is quite a comedic episode. Its tongue is firmly in its cheek. It's a skewed perspective of the world. It's not, as much as it's reality TV, it's not really reality. It's a perception of reality.
Which I think is the point.
Yes, absolutely.
I think it's taking a shot at reality TV because I mean, look, this is back in the day when reality TV was becoming quite a thing. We'd had Truman Show commenting on that. We'd had Ed TV commenting on that. And now, we get into like the apex of it, where even the X-Files is saying, yeah, like, because, I mean, not to jump the gun, but the very last line by Mulder in this episode is quite significant in terms of what they're saying about reality TV. It's all in the way it's edited. They can make you look.
Reality TV is one of the most manufactured things out there. I mean, it's
Yes.
as far from reality as you could possibly get.
Absolutely. So, and I think that's what the episode is about. What can you trust? Like, what can you believe? Anything you see that's in reality TV, it's all been edited, it's all been shaped, it's all been worked. How much of it is really reality? So, we got a bunch of other cops show up, and the deputy lies about what he saw. He says it's gangbangers. You're gonna see him searching for like something, and it's like the woman's like, "Is it gangbangers?" Yeah. It's gangbangers. There's only a radio call that says that the suspects are on foot, so instantly all the cops just start running. And the camera guys are like following them down. Turns out it's Mulder and Scully. So they chase him down, kind of put the guns on it.
Yeah, can we just have a moment for David Duchovny's polo neck thing that he's wearing? Like, again, this is where I feel it's like skewed reality, because you never see him wearing anything remotely like this. But here, for some reason...
Well, we did see him wear... Yeah, no, we've seen him wear polo necks before. But it just looks odd. It does look odd. It does look odd. I don't like it when he wears them, but I specifically remember him wearing them in 731, the two-parter Nissan in 731. He may have begun his polo neck phase there, but yeah, there are a few times he's been out in the polo neck, but not official FBI dress, gotta be said.
No,
so
it's a crime against fashion. Let's call it what it is.
So the police kind of descend on Mulder and Scully, put the guns on them, and Mulder's like, "We're FBI, check my badge, So like, it takes them a while to get to his badge. They check him out. Yeah, they're FBI. So they all lower their guns. And it's like, what are you doing here? Like, who are you looking for? And Mulder's like, not who, what? So instantly, it's like, and then Mulder speaks to the deputy about a werewolf, while Scully hides. And her reaction to the camera, absolutely priceless.
Yeah.
So Mulder's there, like, just clearly making no bones about it. It was a werewolf, right? Full moon, big claws. It's got to be a werewolf, right? Red eyes, glowing red eyes. And she's like,
I think Scully makes it. The fact that she hides behind the door. She's just like, nope.
She's just not having any of it.
Yeah. You can feel her cringe. Like, you can just...
Yeah.
She's just like, I'm not on TV, no.
Yeah. That's the loudest cringe that's ever been had.
I think one of the funnest moments I had in this one is... like, she pulls him aside and she's like, "Mulder, this is on TV." And he's like, "It's not live TV. He said beep."
Yeah. Yeah.
For some reason, I found that absolutely hilarious.
It's just Mulder's stupidity at times.
Yeah.
So,
does he bring out the drawing at this point, or is that later on?
It's up there with the Jersey Devil.
The Jersey Devil, yeah.
It's like, as soon as he brought that out, I instantly thought Jersey Devil. It's just like...
is that in this sequence, or is that later on with the women? I can't remember.
I think it's a little bit later on. But the Mulder speaks to the deputy about a werewolf while Scully hides. And then the deputy denies it, as any sane person would, because it's like they've got a camera on them. It's like, I ain't owning up to that. Hell no. the sheriff lady asks to see his badge again. So she's already asked to see his badge.
Yeah.
She's great. I love her throughout this. Just her reactions. So she's not like a major character or anything, but she just always keeps popping up, and like her complete disbelief at everything, and the way she kind of silently ridicules Mulder.
Yeah. I
It's
think
like,
there's
can I see your badge, Kim? It's
of
like, you ain't legit. Yeah, great. And of course, I'm watching this at this point, and I'm thinking, what the hell was I smoking? My memory of this was that I just didn't get it at all. And clearly, I didn't get it at all.
It's
back in the day.
A comedy episode. Like, it really is.
Oh, man. Oh, I got tears. So she has to see his badge again, like just like mocking him. Scully asks to speak with him to one side, and this is where she points out the obvious fact that Mulder, just calm it, because this camera's on you. Anything you say right now has the potential to make you look completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the Mulder's like, oh, like, you know, I appreciate that, you know, you're looking out for me. And she's like, no, I'm looking out for myself. I'm guilty by association.
100%. Yeah.
Which is awesome. I just love it. She's like, she's worried about looking foolish on TV while Mulder sees it as an opportunity. He's like, no, this is great, Scully. Don't you see? It's like if we catch something on camera, it's like the whole world will finally see it. This is perfect. He sees it as an absolute perfect opportunity. So she calls Skinner while he goes in to see the hysterical lady. This is classic. So Mulder asks her to describe the attacker, the monster, to a sketch artist.
This is when he whips out his picture, isn't it? The werewolf, and he goes, "Is this it?"
Yeah. So he gets her to describe the monster that she saw to the artist, and then the deputy lady I thought busts his balls a little in disbelief. Again, she's just like, "Hell, are you smoking?"
Yeah.
And then she kind of he whips out the the Jersey Devil picture.
Yeah. And it looks like any picture of a werewolf off the internet, doesn't it? Like, it doesn't look like anything that's been particularly sketched. It's just a werewolf drawing.
It's a comic book artist's interpretation of like any movie werewolf.
It's like the hands are up, it's snarling, there's a little bit of drool coming off.
Coming straight at you like a forward attack. So the sketch artist, Ricky, he draws a picture of the monster.
Yeah. It's like a reverse no card, this one. This is just, I was not expecting it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, wow.
He's just like, Freddy Krueger! It's Freddy Krueger!
Yeah. With the claw, everything. And it's not even like, it's not even, what is it? It's 100% Krueger.
Striped jumper and everything.
Yeah. And it's doing the Freddy pose. You know, oh man.
What is it with sketch artists on this show?
Yeah. And it looks like the same artist who did the werewolf picture.
Oh man.
Now, I think they lost a couple of points here because they could have had like keep bringing up images. Like, I would have loved it if they kept bringing up like all these drawings, especially of the wasp man later on. Like, if they great.
Oh man. Oh god. So they go off. Even Mulder's face when he sees the drawing, because he's been told that this woman's a crackpot, that she's often like high as a kite. So when he sees the drawing, even his face registers the fact that, oh yeah, she's she's a bit gone.
Yeah.
And when Mulder looks at someone like they're crazy, you know that it's a bad case.
Mulder's looking at this woman the way that everybody else is looking at Mulder.
Yeah. So they start to leave as she follows him to the door and she's like, you catch? He's like, oh yeah, we catch.
Yeah.
Oh man, great stuff.
Somebody starts, like, it's in the background and you could almost miss it, but somebody starts going, 1, 2, Freddy's coming from me. And I just, I thought that was so funny.
The thing that the guy says cracks me up when he's when he lifts the drawing of Freddy Krueger up, and the guy's like, they keep doing sequels and he just keeps coming back.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, just nailing it.
Oh.
And just remind me, you hated this episode, didn't you? Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like, this has happened so many times. It's like the El Mundo Girard effect, where it's like my memory, for whatever reason, I just think I was a different person as a teenager. Yeah. I was completely humorless. Scully arrives back and says that the bite marks on the deputy were a cluster of insect bites.
Yeah.
Mulder looks really disappointed. And he says that he doesn't think they're looking for a werewolf. It's like, you don't say. So, but something else. So he still thinks they're looking for something, not someone. But it's not a werewolf. Right. So a call comes over the radio and all the cops start moving again, start doing their run. Scully doesn't let the cameraman into the car. Such a great moment. The cameraman just like goes for the door and she's like, no way. It's on your bike. Scully, she's great. Scully doesn't have many moments in this, but when she does,
they're all fantastic. And I think she is the straight man here.
Yeah,
but she's so funny. Yeah.
So Ricky, the sketch artist, has seemingly been clawed to death. So where all the cops are running, they finally get there. They find Ricky. He's got a claw mark, a Freddy claw mark.
Yeah.
On his jacket.
Was that like a bulletproof vest he was wearing or something? It was a funny white thing. I don't know what it was.
Whatever it was, it didn't stop Freddy. But yeah, Scully kind of touches one of the marks and all his blood just kind of just comes out, which is quite a nice effect. And then we go to an ad break. I love how they do it because it's just in your cops fashion where you still hear the audio, but you've got the logo kind of thing to say that we're going to an ad break. Yeah, great. So we come back after the ad break and the deputy gives an ode to Ricky. It's just talking about how we take this pretty hard when a member of the force,
one of us,
although he's not really. Yeah, it's like a day player. It's like, he says, you don't know this guy. You have no clue who this guy is. He's been brought in today. It's like whatever. But yeah, he's giving like an ode to Ricky to the camera, and then Mulder and Scully survey the scene and they find a false nail, purple, like a pink kind of nail with blood on it. Mulder asks the officer who put the call in about Ricky, which takes them across the street to a house.
Great. I love Stevie and Eddie. They are so funny.
This is LA. This is prime LA. This is like, nothing says LA, particularly today, like Steve and Edie.
Great.
So is this like gay couple? They go to the door, they open up. One of them's like you kind of normal looking dude, and the other one's your typical effeminate, camp, over the top, theatrical kind of gay guy.
Highly entertaining. He's just like, camera?
Yeah.
I'll
I'm
be
ready
back
for my
in a moment.
close up. Yeah, go and put his makeup on. So, so they speak to the two gay guys who saw Ricky flipping out in the street, but no, they didn't see an attacker. They identify the nail, though, as belonging to a local girl called Shantara.
Sometimes. This is the moment where they whip out the two sketches as well. Did you see this person attacking?
Yes. Yeah.
And the werewolf. Freddy.
Oh, man.
Oh, this is so good.
As they go looking for this lady, Shantara, with bubblegum pink hair, Mulder just won't stop talking to the camera. And Scully really wishes he would. So he's doing this whole like monologuing to the camera, where it's like, it's clear like he's got.
Is this the moment where he's like, I don't think it's a werewolf anymore, but it's definitely paranormal.
Yeah.
You know that.
It's like digging a hole for himself. This is like going to give the rest of the FBI people that know him ammunition for years. Yeah. You're like, hey, didn't I see you on Cops?
And the thing is that that he just won't care.
Yeah.
Like Scully's going to get it all. Like,
yeah. She'll be like, doing the walk of shame down the FBI aisles all the time. But yeah, so they spot the lady Shantara, and she does a bit of a runner. She can't run far in those high heels, though.
Yeah.
We never see her face, which I love. This.
So funny.
She's always got a blurred thing over her face.
And I was thinking about this as a production idea, and I'm just like, right, like breakthrough role. You're going to get a shot in the Excels. It's just a bit part. It's going to be like a hooker. It's nationally syndicated TV. It's worldwide program. You're going to be great. And then seeing that, and you're just blurred.
Oh, man. You'd be so gutted, wouldn't you? You'd be so gutted. As an actor, you'd be like, I got my big break today in the X-Files. It's like, oh, man.
And getting the family around to sit and watch this episode.
She tells them that her boyfriend, Chuco Muñez, is responsible for killing Ricky, much to Mulder's disappointment, because he's like, a human? It's just like a regular human dude? That can't be right. So the police prepare to raid Chuco's, while Shantara gets hysterical in the back of the police car. She talks about how Chuco always kept threatening to twist her neck like a chicken. So Mulder says Chuco ain't their guy. He's absolutely adamant that this isn't the guy they're looking for. He didn't do it. So they raid the house. Go.
Yeah, we should point out that everybody it's obvious when you get to the end of the episode, but everybody that's dying is extremely terrified of something or other.
Yeah. And they tend to die by the thing that they're terrified of.
Yeah.
So they raid the house. It's like a drug den. It's full of junkies in there. They're all like tripped out. One of them's even dead. It's like clearly OD'd like maybe 2 days ago, based on what Scully says. But nobody cares because they're all strung out. It's like they probably stepped over him multiple times to go to the toilet, assuming they bothered to go to the toilet. That place looks like it stinks to high heaven.
Yep.
It does not look pleasant. So they go to the drug den, they find the guy in the bathroom, he's overdosed, and then there's some shots fired outside, so they all go running out again. It's like a trope of cops where it's like something happens and all the cops start running and the camera's like zipping about everywhere.
Yeah.
So Shantara's neck has indeed been twisted like a chicken. It's like, again, her face is blurred out, but you can tell what's happened, and everyone's like looking in the car going, oh man. It's like, and then we cut to ad break once again with the audio still playing over the top. We come back and Mulder and Scully speak to the deputy after his bullets that seem to have hit something are retrieved. So they're there in the street. Obviously, why would they be just in the street?
Yeah.
Because if he's fired them, they'd carry on going, they'd hit into something. But because it looks like they've hit something, they've squashed, but they're just in the road. So clearly they hit something, but they didn't see what. So that's when the deputy tells them about a wasp monster. But it can't be, because obviously such things don't exist. Mulder says, this is where he comes up with this theory about a fear monster that seems to pass from one person to the next. But Scully asks, why didn't Steve and Edie catch it, if that's the case? Because they saw one of the victims get killed. So they go back to Steve and Edie's and hear screaming. So they kick the door down to get in. And when they kick the door down, they find that it's just a lover's tip. So Edie's just like, oh, you don't love me. You don't love me.
It's great.
So, which Mulder is mildly amused by. You see Mulder's face, and he's just like, he can't keep it in, he can't keep it together. He's just like, oh man, this is reality TV. I found myself within a reality TV show. This is it's like Jerry Springer. You'd expect this couple to end up on Jerry Springer at some point. So he tells them why they are there, and Steve thinks it's nonsense. He's like, nope. You can tell he's skeptical, doesn't believe in any of that rubbish. Edie talks about how he's afraid that Stevie is going to leave him. Steve gives him a hug and like makes it all better, and he admits he's also afraid, but won't be chased out of his own home. So he's obviously, with the killings that are going on, he says, yeah, I'm afraid, but I ain't going to be chased out of my own home. So it's like he's standing up to that fear. Yeah. It's like the thing he's afraid of, he's like, I ain't moving. If it's coming, it's coming. So tough. So they more camera team arrive, much to Scully's chagrin. She says she's going to autopsy Shantara, and Mulder decides to ride with the deputy as he doesn't think that it's coming for Steve and Edie. And this time Scully lets the camera guy into her car. It's like,
yes, which is a surprise.
Yeah.
But then she's in the car.
Surrendered. Yeah, she's surrendered at this point. It's like, it's like she's just given in. It's like, whatever. I know you're gonna follow me anyway, so fine. Don't talk to me. So the deputy asks Mulder if he really believes him, despite there being no evidence. He says he's worried about how it will affect his career, to which Mulder says, tell me about it.
Yeah,
like, you can see Mulder identifying with this guy like in every conceivable way. But again, it's like Mulder's got to that place where it's like, I don't care. Just, it is what it is. We go to the autopsy, and I liked that scene though, to be honest. Just before we skim past it, because it does show it shows a vulnerable side to the detective, but also slightly to Mulder, and it shows the risk that one takes when sometimes stepping out and being willing to speak the truth, or the truth as you see it, which, you know, ultimately is supposed to be what reality TV is about, even though it's not. And so many people get burned from reality TV because they do open up or whatever, and then because of the way it gets edited, they are made to look villainous or foolish. So so we go to the autopsy, and Scully's assistant, this woman who's starts asking loads of fearful questions about contagion because it's been mentioned that this thing has spread like a contagion, and it's like, and then she's like, why the cameras? And Scully gives this awesome look to the camera where it's like, because the FBI has nothing to hide, and she just smiles at the camera. It's like, and then she's like, why did you mention the hantavirus? And it's like, it was just, I didn't, you did, and you keep bringing it up. It's like, and then suddenly the woman just croaks it. She sneezes out blood, and just goes over, croaks it from like hantavirus immediately. So we cut to the next scene, and all the cops have shown up. Mulder's there. The female sheriff, who's like just always poo-pooing everything, she's there. Scully is in disbelief as she talks to Mulder with the sheriff lady present. Mulder says it's a mortal fear is the catalyst. So, like, the thing that killed each of these people was the thing that they were afraid of in that moment. So that's why it didn't get Scully or Stephen Eady. He asks where the deputy is, and now that he's not there to back him up, so he suddenly thinks, hang on, deputy, now that he's on his own, now he's not going to back up, those fears might come in again. But the deputy, as it happens, is checking out the drug den one more time. This is the only scene to me that doesn't, I don't see the sense in it, just because, one, they've already been there. They've cleared the place out. They know, they've even put the tape on the door. They know that, okay, that was the drug den, this, that, and the other. It's not really part of the case. And two, given the fear factor that this deputy would be, suffering from or going through at the minute, why go back to that place and go into it? Like, it doesn't quite speak reality to me. In terms of what this person would do, but it's fine. I brush over it. It gets us to our next point. But so they go into the house, the camera team and him, and the door kind of slams shut behind them, and everything kind of turns chaotic, and it's a camera just goes kaput. So Mulder and Scully arrive with the police. They can't get in through the front. So Mulder and Scully go around the back. Meanwhile, all of the rest of the police stay at the front and try and hammer the door with a battering ram. No one follows Mulder and Scully around the back. No one backs them up. Says, no, we're going to get through this front door, whether it kills us. So they go in through the back door. Camera guy follows them, and a wind blows the door shut. And then we hear the hammering from the front as the cops are trying to hammer their way in. They find the camera crew in the closet. So
I like this. This is fun.
They're like freaking out. And then they go upstairs and they hear the deputy screaming in a room. When they try and bust the door down, well, Mulder tries anyway, fails miserably. Should have let Scully have a go. Should probably had more luck. Mulder tells him to man up because he's on television, which I just found hilarious. So he said, man up! You're on television! It's just this idea that if you're on television, you've somehow got to be a much better version of yourself. It's like, that's what the whole thing's about. It's just like, look, if you're on television, you can't be you. You've got to be a better version of you. It's like, you got to represent. You got to put on a facsimile of something that's like much because better than you are.
It's all skewed.
Yeah, it's all fake. So suddenly the door opens. The deputy is alive. He just lies there, and the monster is gone, and the sun has come up. So obviously this all started at night with the full moon. Now the sun's come up, so boom, monster has gone. And then we get one last little scene in which Mulder and Scully chat about what happened. And Mulder, he does this little thing to the camera where he goes, all depends on how they edit it. And that literally that one line sums up exactly what reality TV is all about. all depends how they edit it. It's constructed. It doesn't matter how real it feels. It's constructed. People have taken all the footage into a room somewhere and they've made decisions about what goes where and how to piece it together. So yeah, go on. I'll go first. Clearly, I was wrong. It's a great episode. It's a look at reality TV at the height of reality TV. When reality TV really took off, and it's a ringing indictment of it, really, about how it's constructed, how it's all fake. Essentially, you can't trust it. It's no different to any other written or constructed program. So yeah, it's just a deconstruction of reality TV. Told through the lens of an investigation that Mulder and Scully are following, and it's just really funny. It's funny. It's got some pretty decent things to say. I like the characters. The sheriff, the deputy sheriff, Ricky, and all them lot. There's Steve and Edie. It's just larger than life. It's colourful. It's very LA. Yeah, great stuff. Yeah, I'll give it a 5. Yes.
I mean, how can you not? It's just fun. It's just a fun episode, and it's all down to the characters, the situations, the skewed perspective, the idea that feel that you're there through the camera work, from the found footage aspect of it, or the docudrama kind of way of it. I think it's just hilarious. Like there wasn't a scene where I wasn't entertained or marveled by what was going on.
Yeah,
which I think was terrific. And I was reading up some information about this one because I was curious about how it was done. And there's only like 45 cuts within the episode itself.
Wow.
Which
it's
I
like
thought was
one per minute. It's basically
yeah, something like that. And I'll see if I can find a bit. I think there's normally it's like a fraction of what there usually is within the X-Files episode.
Yeah. Which makes sense. Which makes sense because every scene plays out as a wanna. So it's normally you'd have over the shoulders, you'd have close-ups, you'd have mid-shots, you'd have wides. So yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. I would say like it's just fun. It's really just fun, and I think coming after the sort of like emotional impact of the characters and the tale that we've had with closure and things like that, to go into something that was really entertaining, really light-hearted and fun, was a great way to program these episodes, and I think it just works. So again, 5 for me as well. Loved it. Now, from one classic and an episode that you were interested to get to another one that you have been dying to get to as well, Brian. Tell me a little bit about episode 13. Unlucky for us, first-person shooter.
Yeah. Look,
now,
I know
you mentioned this when we did our kind of what episodes to look out for and which ones to avoid.
Look, I'll state this right up front. I think this will make my bottom 10 episodes of all time. Now I know I wasn't that big on X-Cops going into it, but I wasn't expecting like a terrible episode. I was thinking more like around the 3 out of 5 ballpark. So it's not like I was so down on it. I was saying, oh, this is one of the worst episodes ever made. It was just more a case of I remember it being overrated. I remember it not being quite as satisfactory as everyone else seems to say. But it was still good. I've got no qualms about this one. First-person shooter is dog poo. I'm sorry, it is. It's not a great episode. I think it's like coming off the back of like the Matrix kind of thing, the Matrix going into a virtual reality world, and I think because of that they thought, oh, let's do something in that vein. It's terrible. It doesn't. They don't pull it off. It's not good. It is lone gunman centric, so it's a lone gunman episode. Which again, going into it was one of the things that made me think, oh yeah, this will be good. It's not good. It's not good. I guarantee that going in, this is not going to be a good episode. But who knows? Maybe you'll be on the different side of the fence to me on that one. But
yeah. So there we go. Brian has put his stake in the sand, or where he sits on this one. I will go in with it with an open mind. and see what I get out of it. Maybe it's one that I can enjoy somewhat. I don't have high hopes, but we'll see. To everybody out there who is watching or listening to us, whether it be on YouTube or in podcast land, if you want to like, review, rate, we would appreciate that. Again, a little comment here and there does us the world of good. We love reading the comments. It just cheers up our day. And we will see you next week for First Person Shooter.